Yo, what up? This Concrete Jungle Latte, aka JD. So I'm gonna be doing a quick Q&A based on some of the questions you guys got about the page and how I got started, etc. Still in Hawaii. Got a nice latte from Kai Cafe upstairs. Scenery's crazy, right? All right. So question number one: why did I start making coffee content? Funny thing is, like 2 years ago, I was gifted some Ray-Ban Metas. And for about a year and a half, I was kind of brainstorming of what type of content I should make. And one day, I think late October 2025, the light bulb went off. And I was like, yo, I drink coffee every day. I'm a coffee snub. So let me start making content about coffee, especially lattes. All right, question number two, why lattes? Because I feel like it takes a special skill to make a good latte. I'm not a matcha guy. Drip coffee is too easy. So I wanted to rate and base how good of a cup of latte these establishments can make. And I think it's a real skill. So that's why I kind of try to stick towards lattes. 99% of the time, hot lattes. And if it's hot outside, then I got to go with an iced latte. So it can't be 98 degrees. And I'm sitting here drinking hot coffee in the New York City streets. Question number three, how did I come up with the name? One day I just asked ChatGPT to cook up a name for me, and that's what it gave me, and I liked it. I'm not saying that that's going to be the name forever, but Concrete Jungle, aka New York. So I just went with it for now. I think it's a little bit different, so it's cool. All right, question number four, how do I find which cafes I want to review? So it's pretty easy. 80% of the time, whenever I'm in a specific area in New York City, I just Google nearest cafe, and whatever pops up, I try to just go there blindly without reading any type of reviews, anything. I want to make my own assessment or assessments. But the other 10% of the time is via social media. So if I see something on social media I just save it. Or I have friends and family shoot me DMs of places that, they would want me to do a review about. And that's pretty cool because a lot of the times, especially living in New York City, there's so many cafes. There's no overlap, so it just depends on which specific spot I am in the city. And yeah, that's about it. Oh, and the last 10% is just literally, if I'm walking down the street and I see something, I just pull up blind. All right, question number five. They're playing some pickleball behind me. How do I rate the coffee? So it's pretty easy. One means it's straight up trash. Two means like it's not straight up trash, but it wasn't good. Three is like the baseline. New York City got all these good cafes, so 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get a decent cup. So that's three. Four is a good cup of coffee. There might have been one or two things off. Not even good. A great cup of coffee actually. So there might have been one thing that's off. Like let's say if the beans were over roasted, or there's not a good balance of milk to coffee, or a good ratio of that. And five is just phenomenal. And as a coffee drinker, off the first sip if it's a good cup of coffee or not. All right, question six, what's the hardest part of creating content? I think for me is just that I don't always want to repeat myself and say the same thing, because it's like at the end of the day you go into a cafe and you're just rating coffee, right? So how many things can you talk about? But what I try to do is be fair and be honest. I'm not there to criticize establishments, because even a good establishment can one day just make a bad batch of coffee. It happens to everyone, right? Even at work, you might have good days or bad days. So I just try to be honest and fair, and try to be consistent. But I also try to let people know what their strengths are. Like if it's good for networking or just chilling with your friend, or if it's quiet enough for you to pull up and get some work in. So those are the things I try to do when I'm describing the cafes that I'm going to. And it's never from a hating standpoint, because I think that's kind of pointless. If you don't like it, you don't like it. There's 7,000 other cafes you can go to. All right, question number 7. How many cups of coffee do I drink a day? I try to keep it to about 2 or 3. I always have one. And it also kind of depends how early I start work. If I start a little bit later in the afternoon, then I might have one at home. And then definitely I need one for my subway ride, because you just need it. And then I try to save the last one for a coffee review. So I try to keep it about 2 or 3. And all right, last question. What do I want to do, or where do I see this page going in the future? Definitely want to tap into the interview process with my Barista Talk series. It's kind of tough because, sometimes people don't like being on camera. I get like that as well. I'm not really here to be on camera 24/7. So just finding enough people to consistently get these interviews out at least once a week